Hello everybody, how you doing? So, if you're new here and just subscribed from my March Caprice video last week, hi, welcome back. So, as promised / teased in my March Caprice video, today I'll be showing you how I created the Ansem Seeker of Darkness inspired makeup look that I was wearing for the intro and outro of that video. And now confession time. Donning that makeup was actually a last minute thing that I decided to do for the intro and the outro, and I was like, hey, you know what, why not? But I ended up loving the makeup and loving how it looked on me so much, I was like, oh, I gotta film a tutorial for this, because this looks way too freaking cool. Also, I really just wanted an excuse to wear the makeup again, so why not film one? Also, please ignore my very red bloodshot eyes. My allergies are not having it today. At the time I'm recording this video, they are on fire. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. First, you'll want to prep your face and then apply your foundation and setting powder, but leave your eyes alone, because we are going to start with a color-based eye primer. Specifically, Beauty Creations Dare to Be Bright in the shade Whiteout. This stuff is thebomb.com. Quintessential if you want the colors of a very colorful eyeshadow look to really pop. So you're going to squeeze out a dollop no bigger than the head of a sewing pin and use your finger to put it all over your eyelid. Trust me, that little amount goes a very long way, and you don't want too much of it, otherwise it'll be very cakey on your eyelids and cause wrinkles in your makeup look, and that's not what you want. Once you have both eyes fully covered, go on ahead and set it with powder. Just use regular foundation powder, or I like to use translucent setting powder because my eyes are oily and it just works better for me. And speaking of translucent setting powder, next we're going to take some of that and we are going to put it right under our eyes as a barrier to catch any fallout from the eyeshadow. This little technique is a lifesaver for any makeup look that involves straight up black eyeshadow or any dark eyeshadow colors in general. And now to actually get started on the eyes. First, I'll be breaking out the newest palette in my collection, the At Your Service Black Butler inspired eyeshadow palette by YvaExpressions, a black-owned cruelty-free makeup brand that I absolutely adore. The first shade we'll be using is this beautiful metallic silver called Reaper, which is the most metallic silver eyeshadow I have ever seen. And I tried to swatch it on my finger to show you guys, but honestly, the camera simply does not do it justice. It is so much more sparkly and metallic in real life, but I tried my best to capture it. Anyways, you're gonna take Reaper and put that all on the inner corner of your eyelid, stopping just before the center. You should have a little something like this. I did this little bit here to see if I could capture how silver it is on camera on my eyes. I don't know if I did that right though. Moving on, next we're gonna bring out another eyeshadow palette. This one is called MORBID by Nekoyanin. And this is one of those monochromatic goth eyeshadow palettes that does not, and I repeat, does not come to play games. Especially that sparkly black shade called Wednesday. However, that's not the shade we'll be using today. Instead, we will be using the matte black shade, appropriately named Shadow. And you'll be using this lovely matte black shade on the rest of your eyelid. And you're also going to drag it out past the outer corner to make a rough wing, and then down to just the outer edge of your under eye. And don't worry, the wing doesn't need to be perfect. I called it rough for a reason. And now you're going to take a small fluffy brush and smoke out the whole thing. It's important to smoke the eye first before blending the gradients so the black doesn't muddy the smoke effect at the silver sections.
Was that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause I'm not laughing.
And once you smoke out both eyes, you are now free to blend where the silver and the black meet. And you should have something like this. Man, I love me a good smoky eye. Now that we're done with the super dark eyeshadow colors, you are now free to brush off your setting powder fallout barrier. However, the eyeshadow isn't done just yet. For the finishing touch, take a nice bright yellow on the very innermost corner of your eyes and blend it where it meets the silver for a nice pop of color. And now the eyeshadow is done. I filmed a close-up for fun and I noticed that some of the sparkle from the silver spread onto the black, which I am definitely not complaining about. Now before moving on to the next major element of this look, aka the heartless symbol, you are going to do a couple things. First, you are going to contour your face to your liking. And here I'm going to pretend I know what I'm doing, because contour is the one weak spot I have in my makeup skills. I still have no idea what I'm doing most of the time when I'm doing contour. Half the time it comes out the way I want it to, and half the time it doesn't. I'll get better at it eventually. And now you're going to take some white highlighter. I'm using Fog from the MORBID palette and highlight the center of your forehead, your nose, the apples of your cheeks, and your cupid's bow. Now onto the heartless symbol. We're going to bring back the At Your Service palette and use either of the two red eyeshadows, because it has two. It has Contract and Courageous. And you're going to take an angled detail brush and start to sketch a giant X, starting on the bridge of your nose right between your eyes and then extending that out all the way across your face. And remember to go slow and take your time on this. Also, if you look like you're rocking what Sayax has going on, you're doing it right. Then take a regular fine detail brush and start sketching out the heartless symbol, right in between your eyes and extending that all the way to the end of your nose. And with our lines sketched out, now you're going to get some red eyeliner and a fine detail eyeliner brush and start painting over all of your sketch lines. And definitely remember to go slow and take your time on this part right here, because you do not want to mess this up. And you're also going to want to wait until the lines completely dry down before starting on the briar thorns, because while doing them, your wrist or your forearm will make contact with your face at least once or twice, and you don't want your lines to smudge. And once you have your lines drawn, you are now free to add on a copious amount of briar thorns. Now you don't have to make it 100% accurate to what the heartless symbol looks like, but I still had the reference image on hand anyway. And by the end, you should have a little something like this. And you're also gonna want to let the thorns dry down as well before moving on. Because after that, you're gonna take some black eyeliner of your choice and line your entire eye and add a wing. Not a big one though. Also, before anyone says anything in my comments telling me to or suggesting that I tightline my waterline, don't bother because I will never do it. I absolutely refuse to tightline. It is a wildly uncomfortable experience for me sensory-wise, so no. It will be a cold day in hell before I ever tightline my waterline. And with that, the eyeshadow look is done, and it is so pretty that yellow just really pops it. And finally, we add the finishing touch. For the lips, I'll be using the Malleus Black Shimmer Lip Gloss from NovaHazeCosmetics. This lip gloss is so pretty and so smooth and so buttery. Did I mention that it's scented? It smells so delicious, I want to eat it. Now it is a gloss, so it does go on a tad sheer, but it is buildable, and it only took me 2 layers to get it completely opaque, so keep that in mind. And unfortunately, at the time I'm recording this video, it is currently out of stock, but I do recommend following Nova on Instagram and their Etsy shop so you'll know if and when it restocks in case you want it for yourself. And with that, it's time for the final reveal. And cue the glamour shots. I love how these photos came out. They look so cool, especially the close-up of the eyes. Look at that. Oh my god! Also, while editing the photos, I accidentally stumbled across a filter that made the picture look like this. And I thought, man, that would make an absolutely bitchin' goth rock or metal album cover. It was giving the Evanescence Fallen album cover, but not just in vibes, but also the fact that the filter overexposed my face so much that my nose is almost entirely gone. So I threw this picture into my computer really quick and I made myself a fake album cover. And I'm not gonna lie, this is sick as hell! And yes, I did hunt down the Kingdom Hearts font for this, and I regret nothing. Another calligraphy opinion from me, whoever created the KH font was cooking, cause this looks so freaking cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and tune in next week cause I will be debuting my first ever Kingdom Hearts ANV. Also, I've been thinking of doing something really cool. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do a series of makeup looks based off of each of the members of Organization 13. I think I could do something really cool with them. But until next time, may your heart be your guiding key, and I'll see you guys later.